Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Brandon. Today we're going to be going through a production of a song that I thought sounded like the Guess Who. And this one doesn't have vocals, so it was meant to be sung by others. But let's dive right in. For this one, I started off with the key part, and I'll show you that first. It's pretty simple chords. These are F, that's an F major 7, and that's a B flat major 7. And I liked that because the A remains the same throughout both of those. And let's see, so that just rotates back and forth pretty much the whole time. And then there's one C6 in here later that keeps the A. That's why I made it the C6. So the A is constant throughout the whole thing. And sounds like this. I panned it to the right 100%, and let me show you what that sound is. So this is Scarby A200 from Native Instruments, and it's just meant to be an electric piano of sorts. I thought it sounded close to the sound I was looking for. I boosted the treble, I added some slight distortion and a little bit of reverb, and that's the sound. After that, I added a bass part. And the bass part I wanted to be thicker, less trebly, and you can see that I did that in the controls in this Helix here. I boosted the bass, got rid of some of the trebles. Normally I have them a little bit higher. And I also did that in this EQ that's at the end of the line. Boosted really low end, the 60s, cut out some of these upper end. And then there's just some slight compression at a 4:1 ratio. It's compressing -1, -2 range. Not a whole lot, but nicely. Yeah. After that, I added some drums. They're a simple beat. Pretty much that the whole time, except for some open hi-hats here and there. And the way that first of all, I used the Abbey Road 60 strummer, also from Native Instruments. I sent a ton of reverb to the snare and some to the other stuff. And this is meant to be a later 60s kit. And I thought it sounded pretty similar to what I was hearing the Guess Who use. And let's see, did I do anything else? There's just, so the way that I process these drums is there's an initial compression on these drums. Barely ever hitting. But I'm also using parallel compression, which a brief summary of that is I'm sending this track's audio to a different track and mega compressing it, so it's got this thick smack at the beginning of notes, but it still sounds like a normal drum kit. And this is, as you can see, really quiet comparatively. It's just there to give it a little extra punch. Let me show you. I've got the threshold way smacked down. The ratio, I have low. I didn't want to do too much. This is just a little bit of a punch, and honestly, it might not even be doing anything. I just did what I did. Lastly, there's two guitars. One's an electric guitar, pan to left, and so the sound that I used the Stratocaster guitar this is modeling a Fender Twin Reverb, and it's also going through a Minotaur, which is modeled after the Klon Centaur. However, I'm not using any gain boost. I'm just using it for the tone. I just wanted this to be a really bright sound. I tried to boost the treble and the presence a whole heck of a lot, and I wanted it to just be kind of piercing almost. Then I've got some reverb. You can see the settings here. Only 38% of the mix, but still a fair chunk, and a little bit of delay that's quite far turned down in the wet. Just to kind of give it that nice ring. Okay, the last thing is an acoustic guitar. It's going through two reverbs. There's a short and a long. I'm just sending it there. There's also a slight compression on the main track. Let's see. 4:1, pretty small amounts of compression. The short reverb is 1.5 seconds. And when you do sends, you should do 100% on the mix. The long reverb is not even that much longer, but it's together they kind of give a nice reverb. So I guess I should label this medium. Okay, if I'm not mistaken, that is, the master. I've got a compressor to just glue everything together. I'll show you the settings. 1.85, I want it to be really small. And hang somewhere in between -1 to -2. And I've got Saturn using a preset Magic mastering. It just compresses a little bit and gives it some saturation. And then this L1 Ultra Maximizer is a limiter, and I'm just barely limiting it and keeping it from peaking. And I'm aiming for -14 LUFS integrated, because that's what most streaming services like. And that's, as you can see, kind of where it's at. It's a little quiet, but it's in the right range. So that's it for the walkthrough today. I hope you learned something. If you have any questions, be sure to post them in the comments below. And I appreciate you so much for being here, and have a lovely day.